So I had a realization about spirits the other day. Spirits are a difficulty setting for Elden Ring. So the debate on whether or not FromSoft should add a difficulty setting to the game is over. And FromSoft has said, yes, but we're going to add it in this way that's like an on-the-fly, you can pick the difficulty that you want with these spirit helpers, and you can decide not to use it at all. But it hit me that this is actually the difficulty setting in the game. If you notice how the spirits are organized, they're organized at the top are the weakest spirits, typically, and there are some exceptions, I'm sure. And then towards the bottom, you have the strongest spirits. And when you play with the strongest spirit, you're playing the game on the lowest difficulty. And when you play the game with a weaker spirit, then you're playing the game on a hard difficulty. And indeed, if you don't summon anything, you're playing the game on Souls difficulty. And any boss or any mini-boss or in a lot of different areas in the world, you can summon these spirits to make it easier. And the advanced spirits, a lot of the advanced spirits, like the strong spirits, they're just given to you, right? According to the wiki, S-tier spirits are available in Limgrave. You get all this stuff handed to you. And it's by no virtue of a build. I mean, you can like create synergy with the spirits, obviously. When you pick a strong spirit, you know, arguably for most bosses, I would say 90% of the difficulty is thrown out the window. 90%. No, I think it's absolutely 90%. Let me explain. In the abstract of why a boss is difficult is because they have their attention on you, and what you're really trying to do in the abstract is look for openings to perform an action. That's what it really comes down to. When the boss's attention is split between two or more targets, the majority of that burden is removed, because the part where you die on bosses is because you make a mistake into your death, right? That's what's actually happening. You make a mistake, and you think you have an opening, but you don't. You do it again or whatever, then you're dead. That's the basic idea. So if someone can just walk up and boop the boss on the butt and he turns around, I mean, if you get anywhere from 3 to 10 seconds, you can do whatever you want. You can cast any spell you want. You can heal up as much as you want. You can apply any buff. It's not difficult at all. The challenge is when the boss has all of his attention on you. That's where the real challenge is. Let me just be totally clear though, like I'm not saying that you shouldn't use spirits. I am saying though, if a runner runs a mile and I drive a mile, it's not the same thing. I'm playing the mile on easy mode. Let's just be honest about that, right? Yeah, because sometimes I make a character with the goal of summoning as much help as possible for the memes. I just want to do it for fun. And this character right here, for example, I'm trying to fight as many things as I can without summoning any help whatsoever. So I had to summon a spirit on the two bosses so far, which was the Crucible Knight and Lion Misbegotten combo, and the double Crucible Knight fight. Those two I had to summon because it wasn't going to happen most likely. And this is pretty typical of FromSoft. They'll add things in like kind of a strange or abstract way. It's not explicit what you're supposed to do. There's no easy, normal, hard checkbox that you pick. I think it's an interesting way to do it. Like you make the game super difficult, which is like a trademark of Souls games, and then you add in a gameplay function that you opt in and opt out and at certain levels to change the difficulty. That's pretty unique. So if you just play the game one time and you're more of a casual gamer, you're just going to play with the most advanced spirits. You're going to blast all the bosses. You're going to say, that was pretty cool. You know, I really enjoyed Elden Ring. Next game. But if it's your first Souls game and you want to stick around, you might go, well, maybe next time I won't summon the spirits quite as often, or I'll use weaker spirits. And at some point, you're going to be like a full-fledged Soul veteran, so to speak. You know, arm wrestling the great dragons without any help and taking on the swordswoman, Melania, whatever her name is, and not using a spirit. Did I use a spirit on Melania? Absolutely, man. Yeah, 100%. I started using spirits consistently, I think after Morgott. I don't think I summoned spirits except for the memes. And I beat Morgott on my 4th attempt, which I felt pretty good about. And then Moog, I had a lot of trouble with. I was summoning spirits pretty consistently after that. And it was like a lower tier spirit, but it was still a pretty strong spirit. It was Latenna. I used Latenna the most. And Latenna's a bit unique because you have to actually hold the aggro because she can't. So I was still up in the face of the boss 98% of the time. Anyway, yeah, that was my realization that the spirits are the difficulty setting. So again, easy mode is the strong spirits, which are given to you in the game relatively easily. Hard mode is using the weakest spirits. And Souls mode is using no spirit. So have at it.